Okay. Okay, we hope you're enjoying your lunch. Dessert's coming out soon, but we are going to go ahead and get started. And I would like to ask Heather Larson, who is the president of Meet Chicago Northwest and our sponsor today, to come up to introduce the mayor.
All right. Hello. Good afternoon. My name is Heather Larson, and I am the president and CEO of Meet Chicago Northwest. We are your tourism bureau here in the northwest suburbs of Chicago. And we are excited to once again be the sponsor here today. We invite you to use our website, chicagonorthwest.com. You've got some little flyers on the table. For whenever you're looking for something fun to do, we have a featured events page that is updated weekly with hundreds of events. We've got all 80-plus restaurants that are here in Elk Grove Village listed. So whenever you're looking for something fun to do in the area, something different, something new, whether it be live music or pinball tournaments, we've got those at Microphone. Please check out our website. There's a lot to do, and also tag us on social media. So it is my privilege to be able to introduce the mayor. Elk Grove Village Mayor Craig B. Johnson is the longest serving mayor in the history of Elk Grove Village and a business owner who brings a strong understanding of economic growth, investment, and what it takes for a community to succeed. This year's State of the Village is especially meaningful as Elk Grove Village celebrates a major milestone, its 70th anniversary. For 7 decades, the Elk Grove community has grown with purpose, guided by strategic investment, strong financial stewardship, and a commitment to long-term success. To kick us off, we invite you to take a brief look at where Elk Grove Village started and how thoughtful planning, infrastructure investment, and economic growth have shaped the village you see today. As we honor the past, we also set the tone for the future for the next 70 years and beyond. Let's begin.
A Dallas development group by the name of Central Texas Company had a vision to create an entirely planned community that would consist of both residential and industrial areas. Centec mapped out every detail. In order for the dream community to become a reality, a minimum of 1,500 acres was needed. The dense grove of trees inhabited by elk was suitable for hunting. Hence the name Elk Grove was born.
No town ever sponsored a bowl game in another town. Track and field, wrestling, triathlon. No town ever sponsored a team before in the Olympics. No town's ever sponsored a race car. They're going to learn that Elk Grove's home to the biggest business park in North America. We got every type of business in the world here. We got everything you need to be successful in business. And more importantly, if you want to make money, come to Elk Grove.
Wow, so you can't have race cars without manufacturing capabilities. So our race cars are built using a lot of the technologies that are represented in Elk Grove.
We have events going on all year. We want to make sure we give the best back to our residents that are here in the community. And that's why our concert series we have is second to none. First off, thank you. This crowd, I cannot say thank you enough. This is obviously the biggest crowd we've ever had, and it shows that you're as concerned and care as much about Elk Grove as we do, and I thank you for that because we are a partner. This is truly a partnership between the business community, the residents, and the governments that serve Elk Grove Village. And without that partnership, we could not have the success that we enjoy as a government, that you enjoy as a business owner, and our residents enjoy as a place they love to live in. So I thank you again for being here today, and I greatly appreciate it. One thing, I'm going to go off script a little bit here, because a couple of people have come up to me and talked to me. Some of you may know, some of you may not, a lot of you may not know, was I recently had cancer. Last fall, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And it's amazing how many people come up to me to this day saying, oh, you look great, Mayor, everything's good. I'm fine. My demise is prematurely spoken, I guess. I'm good. But I do say this to all you guys out there. Get your PSA test. Get your PSA test. My surgeon told me no ifs or buts about it. If I waited another 1.5 years to 2 years, it would have been too late. So what happened was, guys, don't be nervous. They found it. They tracked it for a while. Then in December, Alexian Brothers, I know we have, where's the folks from Alexian Brothers? Best hospital in the world, right there, Alexian Brothers, yes. Dr. Pearl, my regular doctor, Dr. Glick, they did the surgery back on December 18th. They took the prostate out. You have choices. You do radiation, seeds. I went the most conservative way, get the cancer the hell out of my body. They took it out. The margins were good. The lymph glands clear. The PET scan clear. My last blood test, which is the big one afterwards, undetectable. So in other words, I should be cancer-free for life. We still want, thank you. We still watch it. Well, for the rest of my life, it's just the way it is with that, but we're in great shape. So I am fine. I plan on being here for a long time. There might be the demise to some people, but I plan on being here a long time, and I'm in great, everything's going good. But I do thank people for coming up and showing the concern. That's very nice. So I want to get that part over. So guys, remember, PSA, PSA, PSA. You'd rather have some of the side effects from the surgery and stuff, but still be here. So don't be afraid of it. It can be taken care of. So with that aside, today I'm excited to talk about our 70th year as a village. Elk Grove was incorporated on July 17th, 1956, and we're excited about that. We're not alone, though. The Park District, phenomenal organization here in Elk Grove. We partner with them on so many. They're celebrating 60 years. Our great friends, the Alexian Brothers, celebrating their 60th year. And Elk Grove High School celebrating its 60th year. So a lot of anniversaries that we're going to have fun with this year. Caroline, our #1 priority, always in this village, is watching out what's best for you. Whether that's your safety, which is always important, especially in today's unusual world we live within, or it's meeting your needs for you to succeed. Public Works, making sure things are done, or other ways from fire department for safety and for your buildings and where you work and stuff. Our #1 priority is taking care of things for you. And I say this all the time, but in Elk Grove, we back the Blue 1,000,000,000%. They do a phenomenal job, and we can't thank them enough. With that, Caroline, again, the good thing about Elk Grove, we are doing unbelievably well as a government. We're doing very well. And that's because of you. As you do good, we do good. And we use that to make Elk Grove better. We keep reinvesting all the time back in this village to make it stronger and serve your needs better than you get today. We make them even better for tomorrow. So we're doing very well. We've been running surpluses for several years now. And what we're doing with our surpluses is we're paying down our debt early. Our goal is to get our debt knocked off at least 10 years early. Our hope is in 10 years from now, if not sooner, we'll be debt-free, except for one portion that's part of the electric tax. Otherwise, most of our debt will be gone. And that's what we're doing. We're being like a business person. We're smart. We're not blowing the money. We're not wasting it. We're reinvesting to bring down debt. Less debt means less taxes. Less taxes makes you happy, makes me happy. Caroline. Again, for the 4th year in a row, our business park is ranked in the top 10 in the nation. 4 years in a row. Unprecedented. Doesn't happen. And that's because we care. We want to be partner with you to make sure it stays strong and successful. So we're excited about that. Again, 4 years in a row, top 10 business park in the country. Caroline. Vacancy rates, which may be good or bad if you're looking to move or expand. We always run around 2%, a little less, a little more, but mostly less. And remember, we consider 5% vacancy being a filled park. Because you got people looking to move, their transition time and all that. To be around 2%, it's unheard of. And we've run that figure now 10 years at least 10 years. Our business park is booming like it's never boomed before, and we're excited about that. Investment. Private sector, over $500 million invested again in new construction, new buildings, additions. People are stepping up. Even with the high interest rates, it still makes sense for business to invest in Elk Grove. And you'll see as we go through this why you want to be in Elk Grove. Caroline? Let's talk about the big elephant in everyone's room as you watch national news, local news, data centers. I don't think we have any data center companies here today, do we? I know last we did not. Okay. Data centers, we can get rid of tomorrow if you want to. All of you take your cell phone out and toss it away. Just toss it away. It would be fine for me because I'm still the only mayor. My kids tell me I'm the only human. I don't have a cell phone. So you can get rid of them. It won't bother me one bit. My life still goes on. If you got your iPads, your laptops, toss them. Toss them away. We can get rid of every data center that exists. If you use today's technology, you need data centers. They're the ways to work with the cloud system, store information, get the whole system working. If you don't want to use computers or phones, like I said, we can get rid of them all. But they are a necessary use to make the world operate. They took off like a rocket ship after COVID. Why? Because everyone worked at home. They all had to go on the laptops at home, couldn't use company work. And since then, they have been trying to play catch up. They're still years behind where they should be. But in Elk Grove, despite what you see with other towns, Naperville, Aurora and all this, they don't like them. Every time I see on the news, like Naperville saying no to a data center, Lyle saying no, I told my village manager, Matt, right there, call them up. Call them up. We welcome you to Elk Grove. Because data centers are no different than any other business we have. They use land to build the building. They use electricity to run their machines and operate, just like probably almost every other business that's located right here today in this room. You need them. And they are great partners for a community. And they've come a long way. Caroline? This is a thing we put out. You may have gotten it at your business, a special newsletter. It's kind of facts or fiction, what happens. We've had a data center in Elk Grove, believe it or not, for over 25 years. We had multiple 25 years ago. They've been here. No one ever said a word. 20 years ago, no one ever said a word. 10 years ago, no one ever said a word. Even 5 years ago, no one ever said a word about data centers. They're fine. Then all of a sudden, someone somewhere went on Facebook, our best friend, and said, oh, they're evil, they're terrible, they're taking away all the environmental issues, oh, they're horrible, they're going to kill us all. And took off like a rocket ship. But it's simply not the truth. And we've done a lot of work. Maggie, is Maggie here? Where's Maggie? Maggie, right there. She's like an expert. Her and I have worked together for a long time, checking out the facts. Because if it's bad, we don't want it in Elk Grove either. The bottom line is, 90% of what you hear out there, probably 95% of what you hear is wrong. You know, basically like this. For example, the big thing people have, I saw in the paper when Aurora was talking about data centers, people holding up signs with pictures in paper, Tribune, saying, save our water, protect our water. Do you realize a 200,000 square foot data center uses 1/5 the water of a 1,200 square foot laundromat? A data center of 200,000 square feet uses about 500,000 gallons of water a year, 500,000. Your average laundromat is close to 2.5 million gallons of water a year. It's just simply not true. Now, the older ones from 25, 30 years ago use more water. But over the last 10 years or so, they have found, like any other business, it's more cost effective to use an enclosed system that just recycles and recirculates along with other chemicals. So they don't use hardly any water at all. So when people say, oh, my water's going away, Lake Michigan is going to dry up, not true, folks. Far from the truth. They talk about the noise of backup generators. Older ones maybe were more noisy. In our town, first off, our data centers are located in the industrial park, which has enough noise already for everything else. But secondly, they use new Tier 4, the most advanced, environmentally friendly, quiet generators. And generators are only used if the power goes out. Now, Elk Grove, as ComEd would tell you, is probably one of the most reliable electric users in the country. We almost never lose our power. The average generator in Elk Grove runs for less than 10 hours a year. That's 45 minutes a month. And it's only done 45 minutes a month to test it to make sure it's available if they should use it for a backup. And they only do it between 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So people talk about no problems with that. And all the other ones, oh, there's so many of them. Yes, we have 20 data centers in Elk Grove. We are the second largest data center location in the country after Virginia. And we're ahead of Texas is third. So we have a lot of them. But the reason we have a lot of them are they are good businesses for our community. First off, they love Elk Grove. As I said before, we have very reliable energy with ComEd for electricity. Secondly, we have more fiber optics running through this village than the Pope's got rosaries. It's beyond belief how much fiber optic we have. We have location. We're right next to our airport. Most of the people working in a data center are coming to check on their equipment, but they're buying the equipment from California, from Dallas, you know, all over. They have to come in and work on it, install and all that. So they like being by the airport where they can come, do the work, and get out. That's a plus. They also like the village. We still have the lowest tax rate in this entire region, and we're proud of that. And they're like that too because they're big buildings that pay a lot of taxes. So they like coming to Elk Grove. We have a very positive relationship with them, and they do very well with us. As far as square footage, remember, you're in the biggest business park in North America. Over 66 million square feet under roof. Think about that, 66 million square feet under roof. Most towns, if they can get between 8 and 10 million square feet under roof, they consider themselves a business mecca. Well, if that's a business mecca, God knows what you call us. We're like heaven, I guess. 5,600 businesses are in Elk Grove Village. 5,600. There's 20 data centers. The amount of square footage they use, see at the bottom, is not that much because we are so big. But what are the benefits to all of us? They pay a heck of a lot of money in taxes. We had a building over by Bussey Road that was a logistics building just 4 years ago. That's a trucking building. They moved out. They were fully operational, moved out. Data center moved in. They didn't expand the building. They didn't add anything onto it. The property taxes went from $500,000 to $2.1 million. Just that's the kind of investment, equipment they put in these buildings that get taxed part of property tax. We love it. No more impact, but look at the money increase. So the schools that are here, the park district that's here, library, township, that's all extra revenue coming in to feed your government. Well, if you got revenue coming from that source, that means you take revenue less from other people. That's a win for all of us. We like that. If it's a brand new building for data centers, they pay between 6 and 8 times as much as another use building, that size building. Again, that all helps the rest of us. That's why we say when data centers come, we say thank you. You're welcome here. And they do great. And they've been very beneficial. They're very generous to the community groups, pads, food pantries, shelters. They're very generous on that. So it's a win-win for all of us. It meets the needs of your business for computer work, cell phones, and it does benefits to the community. That's why Elk Grove is a big partner. And these are all facts. A lot of stuff you read, I know the Herald had a front page article today about data centers. The Tribune had one today talking about data centers. If you want the facts on data centers, give me a call anytime. Because this all stuff is documented. We watch water. We know how much they use because we sell them the water. We see it. We work with ComEd, keeping track of all that stuff. The one complaint people talk about, last thing is ComEd, electric costs. The state, to their credit, is fixing the problem. The ICC just passed a rule. What happened a lot of time in the past was data centers think they're going to use so many gigawatts, so they asked ComEd to supply them with that much. So they build up to that capacity. Then they didn't use it all. That was an investment made by ComEd that was not being utilized. That's not good. So they did pass the new ruling, and the data centers are on board with it, and ComEd's on board with it, is you tell them how much you need, they'll charge you based on that. If you deliver that need, then it all works out fine. If you don't need that much, they still charge you for that full amount. And that's what you need, because that's the big expense on the cost with data centers is hooking them up, getting the power to the level they need. But remember this in Illinois. Our electric companies generate 20% more than they need. We actually sell electricity in Illinois to Indiana and Wisconsin. We have a surplus. Some areas like in California, out east, They don't have that surplus. They're constantly looking for new. Right now, we're in good shape. And if the state cooperates and works well slowly with the fossil fuels, green energy, they can handle this to become a bonanza for all of us. And our hope is they continue to do that. So, again, a lot of people are saying, oh, my electric bills went up last year. It had nothing to do with data centers. We had the warmest summer ever. It's hot. That's why your bills went up, electricity. It wasn't data centers. Again, they run their own lines. People say, oh, my power went out. No, data center runs its own line. It doesn't interfere with your lines at all. I don't think there's many contracts here. The problem with cut lines or power going out is contractors cut lines. They do it all the time. So it's unfortunate, but hopefully they do less of that in the future. Caroline. Again, they're also building a lot of their own substations to meet the demands needs that are out there for them, and they're doing that kind of work together to make it happen too. A lot of new work going on here in the village. Our friends from Wingspan, Nick Associates are here today. We're making changes to the way things have been done in the past. You remember when you were growing up or younger, every corner you went to had like a little shopping center at the corner. Everyone had it, because that's what people did back then. Not anymore. It's changing. People shop more on the internet. You got what, Prime, Amazon, all that going on, delivering stuff. So we're out there reinventing, reinvesting into today's needs that weren't being fulfilled with yesterday's businesses. And one of the big ones we're working on, we're excited about, is at the corner of Arlington Heights Road and Higgins. It's like our test program. We took down the bowling alley, the strip shopping center. Don't worry, Jerish Bakery's still there. Tensuke's, we'd be hung if we got rid of Jerish Bakery. So still there, but we're working together to do a new investment. And part of that investment is also investing to help people enjoy life more free time, all this. We're fortunate because we have Bussey Woods by Elk Grove. We basically cover 3 sides of Bussey Woods. We are the #1 provider for fire, first backup for police. We consider Bussey Woods part of Elk Grove. Remember, Bussey Woods has more visitors every year than Yellowstone Park. More people go to Bussey Woods every year than Yellowstone Park. But one of the things we're doing at the new development, Arlington Heights Road and Higgins, is get people safely from the residential side to the wood side. We're putting in a new bridge over there, and the other 3 bridges that exist already in Bussey Woods, the 2 on Higgins and 1 across 290, we put in also, because we want to make sure it's easy and accessible for everyone to enjoy. And since we consider Bussey Woods Elk Grove, that's why we put the bridges in. So that's the bridge. It should be done in a few months. We're excited about that, Caroline. And the other work going on is the View. This is the new retail shopping area that is now complete. You see Vinny's is still there, Jerish down there, Tensuke, Vince at 7 Mile Cycles, they're still there. So new in there. But what a far cry from what used to be there. That was the first vision of most people coming to Elk Grove. They get off either 90 or 290 down in Higgins, 90 Arlington Heights Road. They come to that intersection. They saw an old, outdated, dilapidated shopping area, bowling alley. That's not the image we want for Elk Grove. We want that kind of view when you pull up nowadays, and we're very excited about it. Caroline? So we're not done there. On the west side of town, we have a Home Depot. It was originally a Super Kmart. Then Home Depot took it over. Well, the west, or at the south end of it, the south end of it has pretty much been vacant all along. Aldi's was there shortly and stuff like that. Basically, that half was vacant. Well, we partnered again with our friends from Nicholas Associates, and we're putting in a new ice arena is being built. Now, this is being built privately. We're partnering with them with loaning them some money, but it's privately built, and it's going to be a brand new ice arena that will be opening up, believe it or not, this August. They started construction last August, and it's going to be completely finished and open this August. And I'll tell you, I didn't realize, till talking to Nick and stuff, how big hockey is. They're putting in 2 sheets of ice, and there's just not enough ice out there for teams to be part of it. And one of the biggest teams they got is called the Mission, younger team, 18 and under. They're one of the biggest and best in the country. They're going to call this home. So that's where we stand today, and you can see it almost done. The workers, nice thing about it, just like data centers, I didn't talk about that either. Data centers, remember these buildings, this building here, data centers at the View, this creates jobs. High-paying union construction jobs. These are great for the economy. People say, well, data centers only construction. Do you realize the one that's being built, a line that's building along Arlington Heights Road by the tollway there? It's going to be a 3-building campus. It's about a 10-year project. That's a long job time for someone working construction. Big paying jobs. They do very well. Same thing here, creating a lot of jobs. That's what we want, jobs for people. Then they take their money, buy your products that you make. It keeps the cycle going. But the key is this, Caroline. We do have an announcement coming. And people joke, well, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? I said, believe it or not, the announcement I'm making now will probably be bigger than the ice arena coming. Caroline? Yes, Culver's is coming to Elk Grove Village. We're excited. Yes, I'm telling you, yes. Who doesn't like Culver's? Come on. They're the new McDonald's. Everyone likes the Butterburger and the frozen custard. I mean, it's it. So, yes, Culver's is coming on outlet by the ice arena, but we're not done yet. We also have Dutch Brothers coming. See, all the young people are, I guess Starbucks is for us old goats, and the young people love Dutch Brothers. So they're, as we say, brewing soon. They'll be coming. Both places hopefully open, believe it or not, by this fall. So they're on a fast track to get this going, Caroline. And that's where they're going to go. An outlet up there, Dutch Brothers on Beastfield, Culver's on Meacham. The ice arena is not an ice arena. It's got a restaurant in there, beautiful restaurant with outdoor seating for eating, and you still got an existing Burger King right there. This will be a driving reason to get people to this area of the village. For the longest time, the west side of our community has been asking for a coffee shop. Well, it's right now, Starbucks is not looking to do much expansion of this. Dutch Brothers is the new hot thing out there. They're making their inroads in the Midwest. We're one of the first places they're going to have. So we're excited about them coming. And again, like I say, everyone knows Culver's. So it's a given there. So that's my big announcements today. If you want to sneak out, go ahead. I'll keep going. But we're excited about that. Caroline? Other things. Remember, business owners here, we are the king of 6Bs. We love a 6B. And 6B, basically what it does is, if you reinvest, you saw the picture above, you make a reinvestment into a vacant build, industrial type use building, or one that needs significant work, you see the difference it can make, we'll give you that tax break. It lowers your taxes down to 10%, 12 years, man? 10 years, and then it slowly goes back up. So 10 years, you go from 25% tax bracket down to 10, property tax. That's a lot of money, a lot of businesses. You're talking millions of dollars, some businesses. But you got to do a partnership to get it. And that is make a difference. That building up there was probably built when I was a kid, you know, it was 55, 60 years ago. And look at the difference. That's what we're trying to do. We want to make sure we enhance, improve the village. Because it is getting older, 70th anniversary. But by doing that, what do they tell you, realtors, I'm sure? I know Berkshire bought a table. They're here. Realtors will tell you, what's the best way to sell a place? Curb appeal. Most people decide when they pull up in front of a house or a building they're going to buy within 10 seconds. Yeah, that looks, let's go look at it. Or they, well, if you have to, we'll go look. But curb appeal is the driving force. And that's what we're trying to put behind. Fill up vacant buildings, fill up underutilized buildings, and making them look today the way they should. And that's something that's a win for all of us. You'd rather look out your window across the street at the after than the before. And that's what we want. Caroline? Last year we made the announcement that we will partner with you. So if you're not eligible for a 6B, but you want to fix up your building, you want to fix up the facades, we will partner with you as a village. We will match dollar for dollar your investment up to $150,000 on the exterior work of your building. Before we were doing it in the TIF district area. Because it's successful and people like this so much, we're now expanding it anywhere in the village for commercial and retail properties. We will now partner with you anywhere. So it's not just the TIF districts, it's anywhere in the village. Because we have realized and we've seen that it's truly a win-win for everyone if we do this partnership. Caroline? Other work we're doing. You see a lot of construction on Elk Grove. I'm sure all of you drive Taney Road. It's one of the main arterials. I think, 18,000 cars a day go down that street. Well, we are making a big investment in it. And that investment's coming to make sure it serves your needs better and the village's needs. We're replacing the water mains down Taney, the sewer lines down Taney, and we're rebuilding the road from Landmeyer to Devon. I know it's a pain right now because parts of it's closed off. but be patient. This is, believe it or not, the biggest village road project we've ever done. $25 million in being invested. But like we tell people all the time, Elk Grove is one of the biggest tax exporters in the state of Illinois. We're huge. You don't realize we're one of the biggest sales tax people. We don't have Woodfield Mall, but we're a huge economic engine. Well, we got 25 million, but we're the biggest tax exporter. We also want to be a big tax importer. And we're very thankful. We've secured almost 16 million in funding so far for that project. You say, what does that mean? Well, what that means is the state's reinvesting back in Elk Grove, and that means we need less money from our taxpayers in Elk Grove to get such an important project done. So we're excited about that. We're hoping by, Jared, Ken, 27, 20, or 28, so to have the whole road done, and we're working hard to make sure that's done. But that's just one of many projects we work on. Caroline? Another one, we're constantly staying ahead with the roads. Like all of our neighboring towns, Schaumburg, Hoffman, they're built back 70 years ago as us, we got to keep up on the roads. Constantly got to keep up on that. So we're going to do, last year we did almost 11 miles of brand new street resurfacing, some rebuilding. But the thing we're really jumping on is this Reclamite program. We did 10 miles last year. If we spray, it's almost like seal coating your driveway. If we spray that after the road's put in, it can get us 5 to 6 more years out of our road life. That's huge. That's a savings for us, but it also keeps roads going longer for better driving, your trucks, everything else. But, so we're staying on top of that. We're very aggressive on that. We used to do, like I said, I've been mayor almost 30 years now. We used to do about half that amount. We're being very aggressive to make sure we stay ahead of the curve to give you the best we have. Caroline? We're very proud. We just finished our 2025 program. We started that about 7, 8 years ago. And that was when we were making a big, and that was a lot more money, $137 million, 7, 8 years ago when I announced it, but we just finished it. And like I say, it's called the Elk Grove 2025 program. We built new facilities. That's when we built a new fire station on Fargo. We did our station on Meacham, closed down the one on Greenleaf. Built the new public works facilities, both on Biesterfield and Meacham and at Devon. We also put in new drainage. We'll show you something in a minute on that. Roads, aesthetics. Look how we fixed the middle of that street. Taking out the curb inside, putting grass inside there, the landscaping along the fence there and stuff. Just trying to, again, showcase a positive image of this community. It was a big investment, but we came in, we got it done. Bike and pedestrian, we've improved the amount of sidewalks, widened them throughout the village, connecting bike paths outside Elk Grove. We've done a ton of that work, bless you. A ton of that work throughout the village, and we're excited about what we've got done. But we're not done, we've still got more work to do. Other thing we're staying on the cutting edge is technology. If you need information, first off, Sue Dees, I saw there's Sue, raise your hand. Stand up, Sue. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Yes. Matt right there is helping out. Matt, stand up. You're helping with everything with Sue. If you need anything, you're looking to move, looking to expand, got questions about anything, you call Sue or Matt. They're there to work with you. They are your partners. She knows every building that's for sale. She knows what rent's going for and everybody. She knows all that stuff. If you need help getting some tax assistance, a program 6B or something else, want to do the new facade improvements, reach out to her. I want her phone ringing all the time. I never want to see Sue sitting at her desk. She's got to be working all the time because that's our partnership. We work for you. You don't work for us. We work for you. Government too much thinks people work for them. No, no. We work for you. And we need to be there for you when you need help or assistance to be successful. Caroline? So we've got all these Facebook sites. And here, any day you can see projects going on throughout the village. You can track it. So we're taking advantage as much as possible, even though I don't have a cell phone. I don't really use email. But the rest of you do. We're taking advantage as much as possible of today's technology to make it easier, quicker, cost-effective for you. I use the old story all the time. I talk to trucking companies all the time. They say, Mayor, every second one of my trucks is stoplight idling, you cost me money. Get them in, get them out. And that's with technology, too. The faster we can help you, show you the right direction, get things done, the better off for your business. So, and we're excited because we've won numerous awards on cutting-edge technology. We're excited about that. Caroline? Other thing is, we're out there to meet with you. Whether it's ribbon cuttings, Caroline, or our Biz Ambassador program. We got some of our ambassadors sitting out there right now. Trustee Schmidt, stand up. Trustee Laskin, stand up. Trustee Jarrett, stand up. These trustees, and others that couldn't make it today, they want to be out there meeting with you. They want to know about your business. They want to know what's going on. Because the more we know about you, the better it is for us to help you. Because we hear things from different towns, different states, of things they do to help their businesses, and we go, my God, we're just at a place that could use something like that. Why don't we do this here in Elk Grove? You only get better by improving and changing. If you stay stagnant, you fall behind. The reason Elk Grove is so successful and we're doing so well is because we try to stay on the cutting edge. We try to stay ahead of the curve. There's towns around here, I won't mention, Cicero and stuff like that, that never stayed up. They let time pass them by. You're not going to be successful. That's why these towns are hurting. They're struggling, trying to get things filled. We're filled. Remember, we're the biggest and we're filled. So that's how we do it, is by that. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid to reach out. Ask for the ambassadors to come visit. They love to do it. Schmidt tells me all the time, he's shocked at some of the stuff we see going on here in Elk Grove. It's truly amazing. What you folks do is, we can't thank you enough, but also is beyond belief, the technology that's going on. It's unbelievable. Caroline? Again, going back, more awards we won. When Syntex built Elk Grove, and where I was just talking to the new superintendent for District 59, Dr. Galani. Stand up for a second. Dr. Galani is our new superintendent for our grades, one of our grade schools in 59. We're talking about Elk Grove was basically built by a company called Syntex. Well, believe it or not, Syntex stands, we were just talking about that, for Central Texas. That's where they were founded. They came out of Central Texas. Elk Grove was the first community outside of Texas they developed. And the reason Elk Grove was so successful was because our former government leaders didn't get their fingers into their plans. That's when government ruins things. Let the private sector who knows what they're doing do what they know what they're doing. And that's why we've been so successful. And they built all the homes, and they actually helped lay out the business park. And one of the things they did, which made sense then, maybe not, but we're making it work better, is in our industrial park, all of our drainage is basically above ground in culverts. Well, if you look at the picture to the left, because they weren't kept up, some were responsibility of business owners, but some were the village, we decided to just take it all over. We're taking care of it. So we've been cleaning. You see we've done 13 miles so far on the left, and that's the way they should be, which is on the right. And by doing that, it helps flooding. We realize there's been water issues in the industrial park over the years. They've gotten a lot better. Anyone that's had them before, he has to admit, it's getting a lot better. We're working hard at making it better. That's one of the main reasons it's getting better. Also, the Busse Dam that we took care of a number of years ago. Remember, the Busse Dam was the first time in the state's history 2 counties partnered with a village to fix a dam modification program. Never been done before. We had Tony Preckwinkle from Cook County and Cronin from DuPage County join with us to make Busse Woods Dam actually work. When they put that in, they locked it open. It did no good. Now, we've cut down flooding by 99%. Elk Grove Boulevard, Devon, never closed anymore for water. That's because we did that. Combine that with the work we did here, that's what's making it better for all of us. And again, we've won national awards, state awards, all over for the work on that. Caroline? Another thing, real quick, I've talked about many times before, the Elk Grove Cares program is still going. That's never going to stop. Remember, if I told you before, addiction is a disease. Addiction is a disease. No different than the cancer I just had or the bypass, my heart surgery I had 12 years ago. No different. Heart disease, cancer, but everyone comes up, like today people go, oh, Craig, you look good, I hope you're doing well. No one ever goes up to an addict and say, hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. But addiction is a disease, and it affects all of us. My cancer really would have affected just me if we didn't take care of it, my heart disease, but not addiction. A lot of people say Three neighbors' cars got broken into last night. They broke into the car last night. What are you going to do about it? That's one of the main reasons. Probably 95% of the car break-ins are by people looking for quick cash for a quick fix. So it does affect everyone. Besides the effect on families, the immediate families, all that. So we have a care program in Oak Grove. Again, if you have an issue, come to us. We will find you a place to get help. If you have insurance, it pays for it. If you don't have insurance, we pay for it. It's much cheaper for us to help you get over your addiction than the problems you cause with having an addiction. So the Elk Grove Cares program is doing phenomenal. Where's Daryl? Is Daryl still here? You had to go? Okay. Daryl Pass works with us. We have vending machines in the village where people can get Narcan kits. And you say, well, that's what you use if someone ODs. You give them Narcan, it zaps them back like that. And the reason you want to do that is, one, obviously save the life, but two, a person's most vulnerable, willing to look for help after you zap them out of a near-death experience. Well, zap them out, that gives us a chance to try to get them the help they need. But remember this, the average addict will fail 7 times. There's no 3-strike rule here in Elk Grove. We're there for the 7th time, the 10th time, the 20th time. Because a life is too precious to let go needlessly. So remember, we're here for it. As the Department of Justice said, the U.S. Department of Justice, this is the most revolutionary program ever to come out in the battle against addiction, and we're going to keep pushing it. New York City modeled their program after us. New York City. And we're proud of that. So we're going to keep working. Also, we love green. We believe in green. Remember, our Village Hall was the first green Village Hall in the state of Illinois. Excited about it. But we even do little things for that green. Believe it or not, we had 2 beehives at our Public Works garage on Beastfield and Meacham. And we put a second one in. We produced this year 140 8-ounce bottles of honey. We're excited about that. We call it Hometown Honey. We give some away, but a lot we give to the food pantry. And we're excited about doing that. So little things like that, you can get involved in on a small scale, but it makes a difference for everybody. Also, it may not seem like a big deal. How many, 10 years we did this? 12 years? The staff is about it. It took us about 12 years of work, but we've completely overhauled our entire regulations here in the village. I mean, the books are huge. We read some of the terminology, and it was not right for today's society by any means, some of the old stuff. So, but we've changed it, we streamlined it, we made it easier for you to understand, easier for you to work with, and meet today's needs that didn't exist 50 years ago when it was first done. So that should make everyone happier as they go through it. It's all online, simple to get to. Also, 70th anniversary, not just us, but all of our Park District, all of our good neighbors around here, we're celebrating. We believe strongly in community events. We believe bringing people together. We really kicked that off during the Great Recession, you know, almost 20 years ago now. And it's amazing how much different in a community. People care about Elk Grove. They don't just live here, a lot of them work here. And a lot of people who care about Elk Grove just work here. But they feel like it's their home. Give you one little trivia again, which I love giving trivia. I graduated from Elk Grove High School in 1978. I wish. I wish. I wish. I'm on my way to my 11th grandchild, so they'll be the ones in that. So, but I graduated in 1978. It was the biggest class Elk Grove High School ever had, 624. Do you realize that over 200 of us still live in Elk Grove? Still live in Elk Grove. It's almost ancestral. TR, my oldest son, who was the president of the school board with the new superintendent here today, he, his brother, and sister, so 3 out of 4 of my kids still live in Elk Grove. I won't say where all the kids were born because that's a source of, I know, I won't say that, but they are here too with their kids. My daughter that lives in Elmhurst, we don't talk to anymore. But she will someday see the light and get back and she'll be part of the family. But that's how Elk Grove is. My brother, Billy, Uncle Billy, where's Uncle Billy? Uncle Billy, raise your hand. Uncle, stand up, stand up. Everybody loves Uncle Billy. Anyways, Uncle Billy is raising his family in the house. He grew up here in Elk Grove. He bought it from his parents. I bought my parents' second house back from them before I moved to another one. I mean, it's just, that's the way Elk Grove is. It's a unique town. So that's why to us, these community events bring us together, keep us together, and makes us strong. And as we celebrate our 70th anniversary, we have changed our race car. Remember, we were part of Brad Kozlowski, the Chicago Street Race? Well, we bought the race car from Brad. And now we changed it to celebrate our 70th anniversary, made the number 56. And we actually have a lot of fun with that. I know the Public Works guys will agree to that. So anyways, we put it in parades. Matter of fact, we're doing the Roselle Parade in a couple weeks, and some other ones. Rolling Meadows asked us to do the 4th of July. We have other events going on. We can't. So we're out there promoting Makers Want It for our business park, but also celebrating our 70th anniversary. And we're doing other events. We're going to do a scavenger hunt this summer, special blood drives with prizes, and some big cash prizes you're going to enter into. We got a food drive going on now. So you see, we were founded in 1956. So original idea was we want to get 1,956 items for the food drive. And as I always think, small is not good enough for me. I always think bigger and better. So our goal is actually 19,560 items. So any of you business people, we only got 2 weeks, from April 6th to April 20th. Any of you business folks, we'd love it if you want to gather some items, bring them to the Village Hall, because it's going to help our friends at Elk Grove Township Food Pantry. And our goal is to get almost 20,000 items. I think we can do it, working hard. See these items here in that picture? Yesterday I brought in 2,218 items myself. So if I can do it as an old man with a heart and cancer and stuff, I'm throwing sympathy out there now. There's no excuse for you not to be able to do it. So let's put the push on. I know Mike, stand up for a second. Mike is our new village attorney. Give him a hand. When I put the challenge out, Mike's already got his firm working hard on helping us do that. So again, over the next 2 weeks, just gather something. I don't care if it's 1 item or 500 items. Bring it by so we can make sure we pass that number. And remember, in Elk Grove, we help everyone. Whether you got a battle of disease addiction or you need help with food. And that pantry serves 1,100 people a month. 1,100. You think, oh God, Arlington Heights, Elk Grove, we don't. Hey, there's people in our own neighborhood, own neighbors sometimes need help. So if you can help us, we really appreciate it. And don't worry, I also put the challenge to our department heads, chief, to make sure we get going on that. So we're working hard on that. And then, of course, Caroline, we always have our summer concert series. So here's our 70th anniversary concert lineup for this year. We do this again next year. No one heard you up here. Try one more time. Next year. For this year's Midsummer Classics.
Legend on Friday nights in a Pabst Blue Ribbon neon light. Might not end up in the Hall of Fame with a star on the sidewalk with my name or a statue